What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about sidechain compression in Ableton Live. In today's session, I'm going to be taking one kick drum and 3 different 808s and showing you how I make these 808s and kick drums correlate together to sound beautiful together. Because listen, your kick drum will make or break your song. Your 808 and low end can make or break your song, and 100% of the time, if your sidechain compression is garbage, your song is garbage. So you gotta get this right. So I'm gonna show you guys today how I do sidechain compression in Ableton Live using the stock compressor. And before we get started, if you want to support or learn with me, you can head over to patreon.com/hardacademy. It used to be /litlords, but I changed it to /hardacademy so I can encapsulate all the educational content in one meaningful place that makes more sense. So yes, that's /hardacademy. There's a bunch of new features in there. Check it out. Last but not least, you can get in on the monthly session with me at the $40 tier with a one-on-one 40-minute call. You and me, let's talk your music. Let's get your shit sounding right. Or whatever else you're working on. Hell, you could even be a fan and just get it, and we can have a whole conversation. It's up to you. Let's talk sidechain compression now. Here we go. So here we go. This is going to be the kick drum that I'm using, and this is from the Hard Trap Essentials Kit Volume 1. Sounds like this. It's called the I Am Kick. The 3 808s from the Hot Damn Sound Kit. That is the Disney 808. We've got the male nipples and the purple nurple. Oh yeah, these things sound great. This is going to be a lot of fun. So I already beefed up these 808s. I took them from my sample pack and added a couple things like saturation, EQ, utility for volume. We can talk about that in a separate video, but long story short, the 808s are already sounding fire. We're just going to be talking about sidechain compression in this video. First things first, let's go in here to our Ableton Live audio effects section, and we're going to grab the stock compressor and throw it on after the EQ8 we're going to throw on the stock compressor. Next thing we're going to do is I like to work in this view right here in the bottom left hand corner of the compressor where my mouse is. Just click that. I like this view. It makes more sense to me. Now we've got three main things that are going on here with our compressor. We have our ratio, attack, and our release. I mean, I can give you, the good thing about Ableton Live is whatever you hover over, it has a context. So if you look over here in this box, it'll give you context on what it is. The ratio, it'll give you a whole definition. I'll give you my layman's definitions now. Let me put this right here in front of my face. So the attack is how fast the compressor begins to work. So whenever the kick drum hits, how fast does the compression begin to work and duck the volume? The release is how fast the compression stops. So basically, in the case of this 808, how fast does the 808 return to its original volume after the kick drum has left? And my layman's of layman's terms right there, that is the basics. Now the question you might be asking yourself is, how do we even sidechain things to our kick drum? Good question. Do you see this triangle right here on the compressor? We're going to go ahead and click it. It expands. Now you're going to see this section called your sidechain section. Turn the EQ off. That's not what we're doing today. Click the sidechain button. Boom. Turns on. Now it says audio from. Now we're going to be choosing, the audio is going to be our kick drum. So we need to find that channel. In this case, it's my Anaconda kit, which is an Ableton Live drum rack. And then I like to put it on pre-effects. Don't ask why. That's just what I like to do. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to start dialing in our settings. I'm going to stick my attack at 0.88. Remember, this is how fast the compressor begins to work. That's, I like it to kind of come in. So let's actually put it at 0.51. And then our release. How fast does the sound go back to its original volume after being gain reduced? So I like 30 milliseconds, but we're going to go ahead and put it at 27 milliseconds. Then we're going to throw our threshold at minus 36 dB. Now, let's go ahead and program a kick drum in here. Put it on the 1. And now let's just play it and see what happens. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and stick this from RMS to peak. So basically, the RMS compressor is less sensitive to short peaks, and we don't want that. I want the peaks because in peak mode, the compressor responds to short peaks within the signal. And the 808, in this case, it's like a thumpy one, so it's pretty quick. So let's change it to peak. Now here we go. Let's play it. Sounds all right, but we need to work on our kick drum. Our kick drum is not fit for this 808. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to just start pitching this kick drum down. Let's pitch it down -6 semitones. Go ahead and play that now. Oh, that sounds good. Now let's shorten it. As you pitch your kick drum down, the sample gets longer. So you need to make sure if you're pitching your kick drum down, you need to shorten the sample in your sampler. All right? Pro tip right there. Let's shorten it real quick. And now let's play it. That sounds much better. Let's go even further. Oh, I like that. Look at that. So just by shortening that kick drum, pitching it down, now we have made our kick drum correlate with our 808. This is what it's all about. This is the key to success. This is the ingredient that you need to stir in your pot to make sure your track sounds fire. All right? So there it is. There it is. There's number one right there. And now what we can keep doing is I'm going to do the same thing on the next two 808s. I'm going to show you how I tailor either the kick drum or tailor the 808 to go together. All right? So here is male nipples. Let's go ahead and just put it on the one. I've already set up the sidechain, 2-to-1 ratio, 88 millisecond attack, 0.88 rather, and a 50 millisecond release with a 34 dB threshold. Let's hear it. Here it is. It sounds decent. Let's pitch it down more. So let's work the kick drum. Oh. Turn snap off. I like that. So now the kick drum is down 15 semitones, really short sample, sounds like this. Oops. Now let's play it together. Oh yeah, that sounds amazing. Now let's go to the next one. This is Purple Nurple. Let's just go ahead and play it. Now the kick drum is a little too heavy, right? So let's pitch it up. Oh yeah, it's nice and punchy. So now it's -10. Let's extend the sample. No, it sounds better short. So now I just pitched it up 10 semitones. Work the thumpiness here. Oh, that's nice. So I just did some little bit of EQ work here. Gave it a little bit more of a little shoulder here. And now the kick drum sounds good. So I've tailored this kick drum to go with the 808. And you could do it the other way around too, but it's a lot easier if you do it this way. Because you usually already know the 808 you want to use, and it's usually non-negotiable in your head. So if you work on the kick drum, it makes it a lot easier. So there it is. Oh, that sounds great. So there it is. There you have it. As a bonus, I'm giving away these samples I used in this video, the kick drum and these 3 different 808s, and the link below in the description for free. So get on it. Boom.